Hello everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zakaria the Ghost. Sometimes when I sit down, I'm asking myself questions like, why do we put flowers and cross on the roadside? Why do we do that? What are we trying to achieve? And what if we don't do that? Because in African beliefs, we all know that in most cases they will tell you that it is necessary for the family of the deceased family member to go there and perform some cultural stuff so that they can go there and collect the spirit of their family member. Because if they don't collect that spirit of their family member, that family member will cause a lot of accidents on that spot. It's going to be a high accident, zone. There will be a lot of cars who will be involved in that accident because of, they said, the spirit of that person, it is not in peace. That person will cause a lot of accidents. And I am asking myself a question, what about those people who are not even from here? What about people who are from African countries whereby they get involved in a car accident and their families are too far in a way that they cannot even afford to travel to South Africa and perform that? And what about people who don't even believe in that, who said we are Christians and we're only practicing, this religion, and we believe that when somebody passed away and death is the end and there is nothing after that, people are just going to heaven or they're going to hell. What if maybe there are people who believe in, heaven and hell, but they still do things the different way, like maybe there is a spiritual realm where people are going before they will enter heaven or before they will enter hell? I know some of you guys, you heard about it, that there must be a waiting area whereby, people will be waiting for their time to be, judged by God. We all heard about that, and I'm just sitting down sometimes, and thinking about these things. And I'm like, if it's an African thing, why do we see white people also going to these places and putting flowers there? And especially the white cross. Why that white cross? We know white is associated with holy. It has that holiness in it. And white, we know, is a color of peace. And white, we know, it's a heavenly color. It's the color of angels. And I'm like saying, why do they put flowers there? Are they putting flowers so that they can educate their children and their family members that when somebody passed away on a car accident, you need to go and put flowers there and a cross there every year that they passed away on that day, so that we will always remember that person as a family? Or are they putting flowers and that cross every year to show the person who passed away that we miss you, we didn't forget about you, we still remember, how you passed away, how you left earth, and if they're doing that to show that person, that means, those people who put flowers there and cross there, they believe that even if when somebody passed away, the spirit of that person can still be active enough whereby it can haunt people, it can communicate with people. And in other ways, we can even say, even white people know about ancestors. We can put it that way. If it's how, and the main reason why they put the flowers there in the cross. Maybe. And also the candles. I see people are always lighting the white candles, and people will tell you that they believe that the more they light the candles, they believe that that person will be in a light. They will be in a light when they go to God. I'm like, why? Why do we burn the candles? If the person was not doing the right things on earth, why do we light the candles for that person, hoping that, the candle lights can purify him and can purify him or her, or can just give them, the access to heaven. And it is deep. And I love talking about things like this because we need to know about these things. We need to ask ourselves questions, sometimes. I know Mexicans, they have their own, day that they celebrate, the people who are no longer with us on earth, and yes, I believe in heaven and hell. I believe in heaven and hell. And sometimes I ask myself questions like why people die. Some way or another, they still come back on earth and communicate with people on earth. If there is heaven and hell, because that person was really supposed to be in heaven or in hell, if it was just only heaven and hell, unless if maybe there is so much that we don't know. Where does ancestors stay? And if a person is having different types of ancestors, are they staying individually in their own houses somewhere in the spiritual realm, or are they grouped according to families, whereby you see people having songs like I will see you when we get there, when they have songs like there are so many songs when people are singing and telling people who passed away that until we meet again. Because people have this belief that when we die, we are still going to meet again. I don't know. Is there a space whereby God grew people according to, their DNA or according to their family clan or family, according to their surnames or everything? Are the same? Jesus Christ. Now that as a person, you sometimes find out that your grandfather was from Botswana or was from, South Arabia, this and that. So when you die, you might meet people who speak Arabic or people who speak the language that you don't even understand. Maybe that's one of the reasons why people speak in tongues sometimes. You hear people speaking in tongues, you're like, what is that? They said, no, they're connecting with the spiritual. Oh. Okay, maybe they're speaking in tongues as somebody who is connecting with you from 100 or 20 years ago, or maybe 200 years ago, or maybe 30 years ago, or maybe 150 years ago, and that person is speaking a different language and they're connecting with you again. I'm just asking myself these questions because we all know that it's not everybody who can speak in tongue who is connected with the Holy Spirit. And then again, what is Holy Spirit? Because when everybody said the Holy Spirit is in me, this and that, you're like, yeah, Holy Spirit is in you. Prophesy. And once people start prophesying, why do they get it wrong if the Holy Spirit is in them? That means what was in them, it wasn't the Holy Spirit, it was the other spirit. So there are so many things which are complicated, and sometimes we need to ask questions, and it's a good thing to ask questions. And to ask questions doesn't mean you don't believe in certain things, it's because of you want to understand. Because of what if we only know 20% and we don't know stuff? What if we only know 20%? I'm still stuck on that verse whereby King Saul went to see the traditional healer because of he was going to war, and he said, "Ke kgopela o ntse o setse Samuel, like I want you to connect with someone so that someone can give me the message, can tell me what to do, because I don't know what to do." And the traditional healer said, "I see the old man wearing a white gown. I can say a gown. And I think he was ascending. He was going up. And I remember the king said, "Can you please ask him for me if I should do this, if I should go to war, this and that." I stand to be corrected because I'm just paraphrasing, because I'm just remembering this in my head. And now, why Samuel was wearing white, all white, and why Samuel was, ascending from the graveside and he was going up. What does that mean? Because we know that we go and bury people on the ground. And if somebody is buried on the ground and the traditional healer see that person, rising, what is the meaning of that? And why was he wearing the white color? I ask myself those kind of questions. And why people used to bury people in the tunnels back in the days. They used to have like tunnels where they you can say tunnels, you can say caves, where they bury people. If you can look at the history of the Egyptians, you will see that they used to go to places like mountains and they used to bury people there. Even in Bible, if you can take a look at that, they were burying people a lot using caves. Even Jesus, when they had to go and bury him, it was in the cave, whereby they had to have a rock that they can close there. What is the importance of caves? And because we all know that the caves has this spiritual power which you cannot compare it with anywhere else. That's the reason why when we go into caves, we know that we are connecting with let me be quiet. Guys, I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. Sometimes we must ask this type of questions because it's important. We are the only living species or people on earth. You only live once. And if you don't want to understand what is happening around you, when you're gone, it's already late. You become the ancestors who sit down and say, "Ooh, I should have done that. Ooh, I should have." Now you start coming to your grandchildren and you are forcing them to do certain things that they don't even want to do. You start demanding cows knowing exactly that you left no cow. You didn't even leave a single chicken. But you hear them saying the ancestors, they want the cow, they want the goat. Which one? Which one? Because you're demanding something that you didn't leave us with. Of course, anything that you're requesting is going to take time because we still have to go and get employment. We still have to save money to buy that. It might take 10 years. So you must wait. Here you wait. This is earth. Ancestors, here you wait. You don't have no money. Here you wait. If you push on things too much, I also thought we are all in the same space. We didn't fix anything. So it's always, some of the things that I sometimes sit down when I was told that, I have to get a goat and this and that back in the days. And I was like saying, they will wait. They know they left no goat. Me, I'm not in a hurry. Why do they think I'll get the money to buy a goat? They must just wait. If they want a goat so much, they need to make a plan. Let me just wake up and see money under the pillow. With the message, go and buy a goat. Isn't it that easy? They have to simplify things for me, because I have my own things that I want to do, my crazy things that I want to do. But it's a good way of thinking. It's a good way of thinking. I remember, even back in the days, I used to say, because there is this thing of saying, if you don't listen to ancestors, ancestors will take you. I said, let them take me. There will be no peace where I'm going. There will be some furniture moving if there is furniture there, and they have to answer why so and so was driving this kind of cars and I couldn't drive the car. The noise, I'm sorry about it. As I said, they will have some explaining to do. Why was I not having this and that? But if they want peace, they want a young family member who will become an ancestor who is quiet, they should give me my things so that I can go in peace. I'll be this angry ancestor, so I'll be sitting and want to be served like a young king. I'll be like saying, guys, you didn't give me things. I'm here to collect everybody. Guys, I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. I just wanted to have a moment whereby I can speak about these things that I see happening every day. And as usual, thank you for your love and your support.